Do you know where the name Israel comes from? Have you ever heard of Zionism? CURIOSITIES. Today we present you 8 curiosities you may not have known about Israel. Number 1. White City of Tel Aviv. The center of Tel Aviv is home to the largest concentration of Bauhaus-style buildings in the world, earning it UNESCO World Heritage status. German Jewish architects who immigrated to the British Mandate of Palestine after the Nazi takeover were in charge of its construction. It extends from Ben Gurion Boulevard in the north to the Gan HaHashmol neighborhood in the south. More than 4,000 buildings were constructed, of which about 1,500 remain today, mostly concentrated around Rothschild, Bialik, and Dizengoff boulevards. They are characterized by high ceilings and spaces open to the exterior. They are simple, square, light-colored, austerely beautiful, with large windows next to square windows, flat roofs, and flat rooftops from which to watch the sunset over the Mediterranean. Number 2. The Dead Sea. It's not really a sea, but a lake fed by the Jordan River in the Middle East. It is the lowest point on Earth, 420 meters below sea level. Its water contains 10 times more salt than any ocean. Almost no organisms can live in its depths, except for certain small algae or bacteria. Its high salinity allows people to float effortlessly in its waters. It also contains healing properties due to its high mineral properties, such as calcium, potassium, and magnesium, among others. If the water level remains stable, it is thanks to the evaporation caused by the sun. Since it has no contact with any river or ocean, the water disappears, but the salt stays there. In the Israeli resort area of Ein Bokek, south of the lake, there is a public beach divided into a private section for women and one for men, as some branches of religion believe that people of both sexes should not swim together. Number 3. Where does the name Israel come from? The name Israel comes from a passage in the Tanakh, the Hebrew Bible. A biblical patriarch named Jacob provoked the admiration of an angel after defeating him in a fight that lasted all night. The angel blessed him and changed his name to Yisrael, interpreted as he who wrestles with God. Therefore, all of Jacob's descendants called themselves Israelites, children of Israel. With the establishment of the new Jewish state in the middle of the 20th century, several names were considered for it, such as Eretz Israel, Zion, Judea, and New Judea, which were finally discarded. The modern name adopted by the country was Medinat Yisrael in Hebrew and Daleth Israel in Arabic, the two official languages, with the same meaning of State of Israel. Curiosapiens, if you liked the video up to here, please subscribe and like. A simple click, it helps us a lot. Thank you with all my heart. Number 4. The Wailing Wall. This is a holy site, the remains of the first temple in Jerusalem, built between 970 and 930 BC. In the western section of the wall is the traditional place of prayer. The Kotel, its Hebrew name meaning wall, has been a holy place for Jews for 2,000 years because of its proximity to the Sancta Sanctorum, holiest of holies. The Roman Emperor, Titus, entered Jerusalem with his troops in 70 AD and destroyed the entire city, but left the western wall of the temple standing so that the Jewish people would remember what would happen if they again confronted Rome. The Jews, on the other hand, attribute it to God's promise to protect a part of the temple symbolizing his covenant with the people. Currently, there is a tradition of inserting a piece of paper between the stones with a pray. These cannot be destroyed because once inside they are considered religiously sacred objects. For this reason, twice a year a cleaning of papers is carried out, before Rosh Hashanah or Jewish New Year, and on Pesach or Passover, which commemorates the liberation of the people from slavery in Egypt. The papers are buried on the Mount of Olives in Jerusalem. Number 5. Zionism. The term refers to a political current linked to religion, in this case Jewish religion, which believes that the Jewish people should have an independent state within their promised land. Nowadays, and due to the international conflict between Israel and Palestine, the term Zionist can be used in an offensive way, and even without differentiating it from the words Jew or Israeli. But this is wrong. Not all Israelis are Jews, and not all Jews live in Israel. A large part of Jews, inside and outside Israel, believe that the State of Israel should continue to exist, but they are also in favor of a Palestinian state to solve the conflicts and prevent innocent people from continuing to die. Among the objectives of Zionism are the union of the Jewish people in their historic homeland, the strengthening of the Israeli state and the prophetic vision of justice and peace, the promotion of Jewish, Zionist, and Hebrew education, and the protection of the rights and freedom of Jews anywhere on the planet. Number 6. Its technological innovation. It has become the second-largest tech powerhouse globally, rivaling the United States. From its lands have been exported the best technology startups in the world. For example, Waze, sold to Google for $1 billion. Israel's degree of experimentation and innovation is superior to any, so much so that Tel Aviv has earned the nickname Silicon Wadi in reference to the U.S. Silicon Valley located in San Francisco. It allocates no less than 4.2% of its GDP to research and development, making it the country that allocates the most money to this area. It has 92 companies listed on the Nasdaq, the international stock exchange for technology companies. Only the United States and China exceed this amount. Given its geopolitical context, Israel has invested in advanced military technologies, including anti-missile defense systems such as the Iron Dome system. Many of these technologies have civilian applications and have been commercialized internationally. Number 7. The Negev Desert. It is a desert located in southern Israel, covering approximately half of the country's territory. The extreme dryness of the Negev, as extreme as its very name indicates, which in Hebrew means arid, does not prevent it from harboring a great deal of biodiversity. You will find a variety of plants and animals adapted to the harsh desert conditions, such as the desert ibex, the sand cat, and the desert rose plant. The Negev is also home to major cities, such as Beersheba, the capital of southern Israel. The region has experienced significant growth in terms of urban and technological development in recent years. It has been inhabited by various cultures throughout history, including the ancient Nabateans, Romans, Bedouins, and other groups. It is also the site of important biblical events, such as the crossing of the desert by the Israelites. The Negev is a strategic location for solar energy. Israel has invested in solar energy projects in this region because of its abundant sunlight. One of the largest projects is the Ashalim solar power plant, which is one of the largest in the world and produces a significant amount of clean energy. The Negev region has several nature reserves and national parks that protect its unique flora and fauna. Among them, Timna National Park, known for its rock formations and ancient copper mines, is especially noteworthy. This desert attracts tourists with its natural beauty and history. Visitors can enjoy activities such as desert hiking, camel rides, visits to archaeological sites, and stargazing due to its clear night sky. Number 8. Compulsory military service. In Israel, military service is compulsory for every Jewish citizen, Druze or Circassian. The Druze are an ethno-religious grouping that emerged in Egypt at the beginning of the 11th century. They are found in several regions, including Israel. Their religion combines the Quran, the Torah, and the Gospel with the epistles of wisdom. The Circassians are a people from the Caucasus. Women must serve for a minimum of 2 years, while men 2.5 years. After finishing the compulsory military service, they remain as reserves until the age of 51. Receiving a 4-month training each year to remain active in the field. Arab, Christian, Muslim, ultra-Orthodox citizens, and those not considered for medical reasons are exempt from performing this service, although they can perform it on a voluntary basis. Amnesty International has on occasion denounced the arrest and imprisonment of young people who, for reasons of conscience, have refused to participate in military service. Amnesty calls for the right to freedom of thought and conscientious objection to compulsory service. Congratulations, Curiosapien! Now you know 8 curiosities that you might not have known before about Israel. If you liked the video, please leave your likes, subscribe, and activate the little bell to find out about the next adventure. You can also leave a comment suggesting ideas for a next video. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.